and welcome back to my channel, The Sewing Gardener on YouTube. I hope you're all doing really well. It is Friday. It's Friday afternoon here in the UK. I have not long finished work, and I thought I would pop on, A, to keep up with the vlogging, B, just to tell you about my week, and C, I'm going to Welsh Frocktails tomorrow, so I am quite excited about that. Although earlier this week, so I did the Stash Chats live on Wednesday. Did any of you watch it? Did you? I don't know whether you did. I've got things to say about that in a minute. But during the live, my phone, I'd put it on silent, thank goodness, kept ringing throughout, and it was next to me, and it was towards the end of the live, so I was getting a bit distracted by it. But it was a number I didn't recognise. So I called it back after I had finished the live, and it was the hotel that I booked in April to tell me that they couldn't do the booking. And I asked why, and he went, they just can't do it. So he cancelled me. They cancelled me. So I did not know at one point if I would be going, but here we are, all sorted. I am coming, I am going. The lovely Tanya who's organised Welsh Frocktails, I messaged her on, I don't know which day it was now, when was the Stash Chats live? Wednesday. Messaged her yesterday to say I don't know what I'm doing because everywhere in Aberystwyth seemed to be sold out. And she, local knowledge is key, went direct onto a website which was showing as sold out on booking.com, but they had 2 rooms available, so I managed to nab one of those. So thank you for Tanya for that. So I am going, and yes, I did finish my outfit. I finished it last week. I won't show you what it is, you have to wait for the big reveal, but for those that watched my vlog last week, it is one of the fabrics and one of the patterns. Definitely one of the fabrics. Might not be a pattern that I shared. And this is a remnant of the fabric. And it's one of the oldest fabrics that I've had in my stash. Yeah, so I've made that. Quite like it. It fits really well. You're not going to miss me in it though. It's quite colourful, and this is only a section of it. So my husband's told me, don't have too many wines because you will be remembered. So that's that. Yes, going back to Stash Chats, I've watched most of it back, haven't watched it all back. Seem to be doing this a lot. Like, it must be my thinking face. I'm thinking, I've been asked a question and I have to go up looking like this. So that's something I'm going to take on board, try not to do. And I do talk with my hands a lot, I know that. But what you don't know, just before Stash Chats, other people that have been on with football know before that Yvette you join a little bit before just to make sure the connection and everything's working. Now, when I checked, I was in my kitchen, and I did check it during the day because my sewing room, as I've said many times, and you can see from the background, is in the loft of our house. I've been on Teams calls. Generally, the internet up here is really good, but I've been on Teams calls recently with work, and people have talked over me. And when I've been talking, and I thought that's a bit odd. But it's because I didn't realise everything looks fine on my screen, but I've frozen. Or I've got a massive lag. So I have not trusted our internet since those episodes, so decided to do it in the kitchen because that's where our main hub is. And when I checked in the day, the lighting was really good, but when we joined, when Yvette joined, so it looked fine to me, and then it joined, and then you've got the 2 people on the screen. I looked really fuzzy and dark, so pretty much just at 8 o'clock I was running into the other room and finding my ring light to give me some more lighting. So behind the scenes bits and all of that. But yeah, what did you think of Stash Chats? What was it? Did you find it interesting? And I did show a fabric in there. This was one, and I brought it up. I brought it back into my really messy sewing room, which actually has nothing to do with me. my daughter, my eldest daughter, not the one doing costume design, my eldest daughter who doesn't sew, is a member of our local young farmers, and they have a rally in a couple of weeks. And there's she's decided to sew something. There's you can make things on there, and she has decided to sew Joseph's Technicolor Dream Coat. So she has, I don't know if you can see, there's piles of all my old scraps that she's segmented into colours all over the floor. And she's currently sewing them into strips like this, which she's going to sew together to make Joseph's coat. And I'm just giving advice. I'm not sewing for her. No, I said no. Anyway, I digress. So I brought this fabric up to my sewing room, and I did show it on Wednesday. And I wondered if any of you have got ideas of what to do with it. It was given to me, and it was bought in Japan, I believe. So it is a proper Japanese print. It's quite narrow. And there is, oh, I've got my trusty long ruler here. Probably. It's 2 and a bit meters. So nearly 3 meters, but of a narrow width. So if anyone can recommend any patterns, I have found one in an old Great British Sewing Bee book, which is the Chinese inspired top. What do we think about that? Has anyone made it? Has anyone made it out of this book? It is from Stitch to Style, that one. Or I mean, if I had enough, I'd make a dress. I don't know how much fabric this takes. Let's have a look. Always prepared me. 1.7. Oh, see, 115 centimetres wide for the top. So you could probably make that. Yeah, you could probably extend that down. But if anybody's got a dress pattern in that sort of style, like a kimono, it's not kimono, is it? Chinese inspired top. Let's just go with that. I'd be truly grateful. So there's those bits. And then obviously Sew Skin Summer has been running now for just over a week. Very exciting, already having lots of entries. I just wanted to remind everyone that if you wanted some dedicated sewing time for Sew Skin Summer, Jenny from the Virtual Sewing Room and myself, I will be hosting with Jenny that day on the 17th, so a week tomorrow. So 17th of May, 10 till 4 is a 6-hour Zoom session. I think it's £7.50 for the session, but if you book on, the money will be donated to Melanoma UK. And you can book at virtualsewingroom.com/booking, I think. But yeah, check that out. Jenny's also on Instagram. She's also got a YouTube channel on there. And talking of Sew Skin Summer, thank you to all of the vloggers that have vlogged so far. I have saved them all in a little directory thing on YouTube. Sorry, don't know. Playlist. I've saved them all in a playlist, so they should all be together if you've missed them. I know tomorrow, if it's the 10th, So Do It Emma is up tomorrow. And then we've got some other lovely sewists for the rest of the next week. So there's that bit. And then the other thing I shared on Sash Chats was my folk sampler quilt, the one I always want to call folklore, but it's not, it's the folk sampler, and I brought it up so you can see it. And I just absolutely love it. I think my favourite blocks on here are the mushroom, toadstool mushroom, and the mouse. The mouse has got to be, he's super cute. Look how cute he is. And I quilted this myself on my Brother VQ2, which is a longer arm forgot to put the extension table on. I wondered why the quilt felt more heavy. And I've used this fabulous Tula pink backing. But I absolutely love this quilt. And I have started I think I called it the barn in one of my vlogs, but it's not. It's the Farm Fresh sampler. So this is block weeks 1 and 2, and it's pigs and carrots. I've started it, haven't got very far because my daughter's taken over my sewing room. But I'm doing it in a different bit. So this time I'm going to be doing it in contrasting colours, just two colours, all the blocks. So the background fabric is this fabulous purple, and the main picture, pig and the carrots in this case, will be the pink. And I robbed that idea from somebody else who did the folk sampler in that colourway, and I thought it looked really good. So a bit of a different style, but really good. And the pink fabric I had in my stash. I did buy the purple, but the pink I've had in my stash for years. I made some duvet covers for my children in it, so I bought extra wide backing, and I bought way too much many years ago, and it's just been there since, because it's like a baby pink, which is the majority of it's downstairs, so I can't really show you, but yeah, I was never going to use it for anything, so this is just perfect. And then finally from me, I've found my bullet journal. Now my bullet journal has pretty much lays out my sewing journey from Instagram since I joined Instagram in 2013, but I changed it in 2021 to a sewing account, really. Used to be a gardening one when I used to do a lot more blogs and things for gardening, but it's gone back, and it shows all my makes. And then what I found when I was reading it the other night is I list all the things that I want to make. So this was November 21, and I wanted to make the palazzo suit, sparkly jumpsuit, which was the Sirocco, some PJs. Then it says shacket from Hey So Sister, fibre mood skirt, fibre mood jumper, Nina Lee jumper dress. 3 of those have had ticks on them. But it's done that for every month. So what I thought I would do once I finish Sew Skin Summer, I'm going to go through. Here we go. I've got another one here. February, Wilder Gown flight suit. That's the Blanca flight suit. Still not made this. This is February 22. Dragon fabric. Very insightful there. Tiger fabric. Lennox boiler suit. I've made that. The Lyra dress or the Sienna winter dress. Never made that. And I have used some of those fabrics. The tiger fabric, if it's the one I'm thinking of, went into my rain Mac. It was the lining for my Mac, and the Wilder Gown was made into that dragon fabric. But there should be corresponding months. There should be, she says. So this is April. So I thought I'd go to June, say for instance, if there is one for June. Probably isn't. I'm going to come unstuck now. Basically, pick out the things that I haven't sewn and sew them up, so if they finally get done using my stash. And that is all from me this week. I will film some bits of Frocktails, Welsh Frocktails, make sure everybody's all right with that, and then share that with you next week. I hope you're all doing really well. Don't forget Sew Skin Summers over on Instagram. I won't go through the rules because it's in all of my previous vlogs, so do watch that. But if anybody has any questions, do reach out. If there's any other vloggers that would like to take part in the vlogger tour, do let me know. And I think that's about it. So stay safe, happy sewing, and look after your skin. I think the weather's going to be nice this weekend. Oh, before I go, didn't tell you what I was wearing. This is my entry for So Fruity for 2022, which never made it. Don't know why. It just says on my Instagram it never made it, and my memory is not really what it was. But it is the Jennifer Lauren handmade ailing blouse. I've written it down. ailing blouse. So the Jennifer Lauren handmade ailing blouse, and I love the square neck detail. I have 2 of these. And saying that I don't like 3/4 sleeves is always going to come back and haunt me. So here we are. Here's another one with 3/4 length sleeves. The other one that I made does have long sleeves. So just putting that out there. So I must have made the other one second. I'm going to say that. But yeah, have a super weekend, everybody. And I will see you next week. Happy sewing. Look after your skin. Bye.